said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.
Welcome to Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged with your host, Brain Fitzpatrick. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged is a snapshot of the day-to-day experiences of disabled individuals as they navigate the world around us. We wish to shed light and open your eyes on a new perspective of people with disabilities. And by going unplugged, we can discuss viewpoints we hope will challenge our viewers' points of view. Most of us have disabilities we must live with, but what defines us is the way we deal with them. And now, here's your host, Brain Fitzpatrick.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brain Fitzpatrick coming to you live from the facilities of Pittsfield Community Television, Channel 1301, and live on both Facebook and YouTube. Today is going to be a very, hopefully informative, but pretty much I don't have a guest today, but I want to give you some real educational tidbits that I haven't given in a while. So, one of the things I want to talk about is how important communication is, both in the family and in the agencies when you are dealing with a disability. One of the things you've seen in the past shows is my desire to make sure I'm heard, and make sure I'm getting points across to people that they're not necessarily looking for or thinking about. Perspectives that they are not thinking about or considering. The one thing that I got to say is, in my 47 years, there's 3 people, actually 2 people, that have been so instrumental in my life that it is unbelievable. And those are my parents. They are one of the one of the main reasons why I'm here today. And I don't say this often enough, but I need to give credit where credit is due. If it wasn't for my parents saying what they did back in 1979 when I was born, when the doctor asked them, what institution do you want them in? And their answer changed my life forever. Their answer was no. We don't want him in an institution. We want to bring him home. That was the start of my independent life. Most people take things for granted. Believe me, I do in some ways, but and I took advantage of my parents as any normal kid would. But today, as I look at things, and as I get older, that was some of the greatest times of my life, is when I was dealing with my parents. And it taught me a lot that I carry on today. And that's why I'm such an advocate, as I am for handicapped, as I am for disabled, and regular non-disabled people as a whole. That's why I'm such an advocate for having people that understand each other and take the time. And if you don't understand somebody, ask questions. No question is stupid. Anybody that says that's a stupid question, they're the ones that are being silly and ignorant about what they think and what they think and what they are closing their mind to. Because as you hopefully learn by now, being in a chair does not stop me from teaching people in the community. And I may not be able to go many places and do many things, but due to the technology of TV, I can do a lot of things. Now, what I want to talk about more today is the misconceptions. Well, you can do whatever you want because you're the special one, because you're in a chair. You're gonna get all the attention. You're gonna get, you're gonna get spoiled. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get that. I can guarantee you one thing. I got a lot in life, but it took a lot of sacrifices on my family. My mother, when she wanted to go somewhere and what she wanted to do, when she wanted to do something, she wasn't able to do it because somebody had to stay home and take care of me. Okay? So, way back in 2001, that's when I decided to change things for her and my family, because in 2001 was 9/11, of course, and that told me in my life that if I don't do this now, as far as leave the house, I'm probably not going to. And let me tell you, that was the best decision, not only for me, but my family as well. And when that decision was made, there was a lot of people that said, "Why are you doing this?" All right, as far as my parents go, why are you letting him do this? They did not let me do this. I chose to do the nursing home and everything. I didn't choose to go in there in the beginning, but I chose to stay because that was a time when if I didn't do it now, I'm not going to. It wasn't a pleasant experience, but it was a very valuable experience, and sometimes God gives you what you need to learn, as opposed to what you want to learn. And he taught me that, one, I can do it on my own. Now, physically, I'm gonna need people to do things for me, but I can control and realize in my life what I want and what I deserve to have. And what I want is to be an educator for the average person who doesn't understand or is ignorant to the fact that people with disabilities are people too, and they have the right to do whatever they want or whatever they feel is right for them. We can make judgments about what people say and do, but it's their choice to make the decision, and we don't have any right to say anything other than support them, give them our opinions, but it's their choice what they decide to do with their lives. And that includes people with disabilities. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. I'll give you some more family dynamics that'll help you learn and get your eyes open to other possibilities that you can handle in your own lives, as far as the way you conduct yourself in your own life. We will be right back, folks.
You brought me this far, so why would I question you now? You have provided, so why would I start to doubt? I've never been stranded, abandoned, or left here to fight alone. So I'm giving you control. I lift my life up. Give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. You can have it forever. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I lift my life up. Have your way in me. Have your way in me. If peace is a river, then let it sweep over me. If I'm under fire, I know it's refining me. When I hear you calling out, I'll follow now, wherever the road may go, because I know you're leading me home. I lift my life up. I give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. You can have it forever. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I lift my life up. Have your way in me. Have your way in me. Take my life and let it be all for you. Take my life and let it be all for you. I lift my life up. I give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. Take my life. I lift my life up. Give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. You can have it forever. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I lift my life up. Have your way in me. Have your way in me. Just have your way in me. Have your way in me. Just take my life and let it be all for you.
Good afternoon, folks. Again, this is Brain Fitzpatrick with Wheeling the Pathways of Life. Thank you, Nick Winard from New Life Community Fellowship for the great song and the great rendition of that song. What I want to say now is the fact that, you know, if it wasn't for families and it wasn't for Jesus Christ, we wouldn't be where we are today. And God put me in situations, and God can put you in situations, and He does, and you don't realize what position He put you in and what areas you need to learn about when you're going through it, but when you realize, hey, wait a minute, this is going crazy. Why am I in this position? That's when you need to stop and think, why am I really in this position to be in? Why am I really in this position in the first place? And Kelsey, I'm gonna have you pull out for a minute. I'm gonna have you pull out for a minute. All right. All right. The only disability you see is the fact that I can't walk. Nothing else is wrong with me other than my body just doesn't cooperate. My brain works fine. As far as the mental part, there's nothing wrong with me. How many people in my situation, besides the crew that I am right now, I know there are many publicly. You can go back in, Kels. I know there are many publicly, but not too many people like me. Yes, there are a few that are very famous, like Christopher Reeves and stuff like that, but there are people out there in similar situations like me that have the same desire and want to get the information out there and to educate. And you don't know when a disability is going to happen. Even the fact that you got glasses is a disability, and or it is all the glasses do is help you overcome your disability, your physical challenge. I hate the word disability because you are able, I am able to do things, and you are too. You just may not realize, or you may not have the know-how to conduct yourself in the know-how or the desire to want to handle yourself like I do, or that's not your thing. But what I'm telling you is there's more to life than just going by what everybody else says and what everybody else expects you to do. Because you got a disability and you're disadvantaged in one way, don't let people disadvantage you in other ways, because they put you down and they tell you, oh, you'll never amount to anything because you're disabled, you'll never work. So what kind of value are you? Let me tell you something. If God made you, you have value. There's reason for you to be here. And even if you don't know Jesus yet, or have the desire, He's the one that made you, and He put you here for a reason. He gave you mother. He gave you a mother and a father to support you and to help you. And you can honor your mother and honor your father, but in the main thing is, as long as you honor him and know that he will not give you anything you cannot handle. And quite honestly, this was way back when I first started at New Life Church. Pastor Jeff was joking, and to this day we still joke about it when we talk. He said to me, God put you in a chair because he knew if you were in a chair, you wouldn't stay put for more than 5 minutes. You'd be out doing crazy stuff. You'd be out running around doing crazy stuff. And there's no way of telling what I would have been doing had I not been in the chair. Now, am I upset for the reason why I'm in the chair? You darn right I am. But things happen for a reason. Yes, it was the medication error that put me in a chair. But that medication error was designed for a reason for me to be where I am today, and educating you as far as what the disabled community and the community as a whole can do to make this world a better place. And until I can't talk anymore, until I can't say what I've got to say, my job is not done. So, as long as I've got outlets to say what I've got to say, I'm going to do it. And I forgot about this last night. I forgot about this, but hopefully next week I will have another perspective for you as far as from another person that is very well known here in the television business and here in the studio. I'm trying to get him back on. He was the guy that put me on TV several years ago and put me on the radio. But he's got some things that I want to ask him about as far as stuff that I don't even know, because my parents, I know from my parents, but I want to hear from other people what it was like when, if he'll answer this question, I don't know if he will, but I'm going to ask him, what was it like when you first found out? With people, when you found out your kids, when you find out your kids have a disability, what must go through your head as a parent, and what I know what would go through mine. What did I do? What purpose is it for me to? What did I do? Why are you punishing me? It's not a punishment. I can tell you right now, it's not a punishment. It's a unique circumstance, but it's not a punishment. I would not have met the people that I meet on a daily basis if it was a punishment. I have the greatest life anybody can have. And I met some of the greatest people that I have ever met, and I will continue to meet them until the day I die. And let me tell you something. If one person, several people have gotten stuff out of what I've said, but one person is all I need, and that makes it even the sweetest reward is when one person listens and takes advice from me, and I can feel strong and feel confident that, hey, I did that, or I helped that person succeed in life. I'm in a chair. Again, I'm in a chair. I can't, people say, I can't do that. Well, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you don't think I can do it, if you don't think I can do it, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way as possible. If you don't think I can do it, stay out of the way. Stay out of the way and let me show you and show the world that I can do what the Lord wants me to do. It's not about what people want me to do. It's about what the Lord wants me to do. If people want to go along with me, that's fine. But it's nice to have people that like you and stuff, but it's not all about whether people like you or not. It's about whether you're doing the right thing for the people around you and the people that you work with on a daily basis. The support you're getting, I get more support than other people, but I get the support I need when I need it. I don't get any more support than what I need to get. Now, people would say, financially, you get everything. Well, financially, I get next to nothing compared to the support that I get from other people. Financially, it's just one piece of it. And believe me, we all want more money, we all want more things, but we're given what we're given, and that's what we got to work with, and that's why I'm doing this and not getting paid for it, because this is not my, financially is not my reward. Doing this and educating people is my reward. and meeting the wonderful people that I meet every day is the biggest reward and the biggest satisfying and the biggest reward anyone can get. Now, I've met some wonderful people just by doing this show. Whether it be somebody in the crew or whether it be somebody in the studio just passing by. I wouldn't have that opportunity if I wasn't given the opportunity to do a show like this. And many years ago, just because I was in a wheelchair, that wouldn't have been involved. That wouldn't have been possible if Pittsburgh Community Television and public access didn't come along and didn't get the funding and the recognition they get every year to provide the services we do. This is not a right. A lot of this, yes, you do have the right to public access. You do have the right to say what you want on public access, but it gives you socialization too. It gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you the right to be able to say what you want and express yourself in a way that you might not have the opportunity to do otherwise. Now, when we come back, I will give you some more perspectives and some final thoughts, and then I'll discuss the possibilities for next week. We will be right back, folks.
Letter said that you were leaving, but you did not know how long. I will never stop believing that one day you will return. Though the waiting is the hardest part of everything I do confess it's getting better, knowing I will be with you. It's all right, it's okay. I won't worry about tomorrow, for it brings me one more day closer than I was to you, closer than I was to you. Yeah, yeah, Now the question isn't will you, but what I want to know is when. But if it's one day or a million, I will wait messes you made. So there is not one you have broken. There's not one I didn't take. It's alright, it's okay. I won't worry about tomorrow, for it brings me one more day closer than I was. It's alright, it's okay. I won't worry about tomorrow, for it brings me one more day closer than I was to you, closer than I was to you, closer than I was to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay, just one more day.
Good afternoon, folks. As we come on this wonderful PSA break again from the Life Community Fellowship, I just want to come back to you and say, as the disclaimer says, I'm not forcing you to make a decision you don't want to make. I'm just giving you perspectives and other ways to not, if you're in a situation like I am, to not make your kids feel like they're not worth anything, or make your insecurities or your displeasure from the doctor, let that reflect on your kids. There's a reason for it, and I know what that reason is. So if you need any more information about me or the perspective I have, you can contact me at wheelingthepathwaytolife@gmail.com, and I will be glad to get back to you and discuss it with you, and hopefully build another series of another person that I can teach, another person that is looking for information. And believe me, there's information that I don't have. There's information that I shouldn't have. So if there's any information that I don't have, I know where to go to get it. And I know who to go to get it. And I know who to go to get it, that I can get it right away. And I know a place where I may say to you, I don't know the answer, but I know who does. And in some cases, it may be just pray about it. Go to church. Or have somebody that you trust to talk to, that knows your situation, knows what you're going through, to give you advice. Because sometimes we can give people the wrong advice, and sometimes that's worse than giving them advice at all. Giving them the wrong advice and telling them in the wrong direction, pointing them in the wrong direction. I can talk today. The biggest direction I want to point you is, yes, you can do what you think is right, but think about, why am I here? What is my purpose? And what can I do to use my purpose in life to benefit other people besides me? Because if it's all about you, and frankly, if I was getting all the rewards that I'm getting, and I didn't use them for other people, you know what? And I don't mean to scare anybody in my control room with what I'm gonna say. You know what? If I don't share it with other people, you know what? My conscience would not let me live my life the way I do. My conscience and my guilt and everything probably would have killed me 5 or 6 years ago. Or even 6 years ago when I was not doing the radio, because of what I know and what I want to get out. And there was a time when I was getting ready to write a book. And you know what? People said to me, you can't write. I can't write, but I can sure talk. And I can sure get the information out there. No matter how the information's out there, it's out there forever, and it's out there for somebody else to get. It doesn't have to be in a book form. It could be in audio form, it can be in video form. But with the invention of YouTube and Facebook and TV, it could be out there forever. Somebody 20 years from now can look back at this show and say, gee, he knew what he was talking about back then. And it's the same as it is now. Because one constant is for sure. The Lord is good, and He does only good. And He won't give you anything you can't handle. The only thing He does, okay? The only thing He does is give you a choice. And the choice is, either you can follow me, or you can go down the other way. Okay? But one thing's for sure, you may get to where you want to go, but are you getting where you need to be, is the question. Are you getting to where He wants you to be, is the question. And That's the reason why I think I'm in the chair like I am, to show people that even though I'm in a bad situation, and some of the situations that I have, you would never want. But I am the most, despite what I have and despite my fights with people and my staff, I wouldn't have any other way. Because I met some of the greatest people. And I continue to meet them week after week. And I'm just now starting to develop another friendship with another crew member at Pittsburgh Community Television. And I hope it turns into a great relationship and it lasts for a long time. And, you know, that's all it is meeting people where they are and learning from them and learning about them. Because if you don't learn about them, how are you gonna know where they are? And if you look at me in a wheelchair and you say to me, well, you're in a chair, what good are you? You don't know unless you learn about me and learn what I am and what my desires and my purpose for being here is. Because believe me, there are times when I don't even know what the purpose of a situation is in my life. But with everybody that I have behind me, it's not easy, but I will figure it out, and we will learn one day why we all were where we were at a particular time. And I really appreciate everybody bearing with me today. But I hope I gave you a lot of good information. And I want to give one quick, not so quick because I got a couple minutes to burn here, but there has been 3 people in my life. I mentioned earlier my parents, and I mentioned earlier how much they sacrificed for me. But there was one other person that was in my life many years. And when I was fighting with my parents and when I was disagreeing with my parents, I could go to this woman and say, you know, I don't think that's fair, I don't think that's right. Even though she didn't agree with me all the time, she still listened to me. And that was my grandmother. And unfortunately, we lost her last Tuesday. And this one's for you, Grandma. Because had I not learned what I learned from both my parents and my grandmother, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I really appreciate the opportunity and the tough road you put me through. But I came out of it a better person, and I will continue to be a better person because of what you guys did and what you guys continue to do as far as my parents are concerned. And with my desire to get back to you, I hope you can realize that your job is never done as parents is caring, but I can take the reins from here and make decisions that will be a benefit to me and other people, and to carry on the legacy and what the Fitzpatrick name and what the Fitzpatrick family represents, and what the what Grandma represented. And she was one tough old lady, but I'm a fighter too, and I will continue to fight. Sometimes harder, but it's not about how hard you fight. It's whether you succeed in the fight and who you succeed with is the main thing. Who you succeed with is more important than what the fight is about. Now, again, you can get a hold of me at Wheeling the Pathway to Life. And next week, I'm hoping to have Matthew Tucker on the show. Now, next week may be a little more difficult, if Matt can still do it, because his position has changed so much that he doesn't know what we're doing technologically and how much technological stuff we have changed, because he's been out of it. But we will see what we decide to come up with, and I hope that you are able to watch and learn, because he's been through similar circumstances with his family, so hopefully he can share some of those experiences with us. This has been Brian Fitzpatrick with Wheeling the Pathway to Life. Have a good afternoon, and thank you for watching.
Said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song. 'Cause when the spirits move, and His will be done. You can bury the workman, but the work will go on.